Hello and welcome to Turning Point Tactics, the competitive Kill Team 40k podcast and YouTube channel focused on giving you the strategies and tactics to siege initiative every turning point. I'm your host Ryan and I'm here to give you the tips and tricks to elevate every part of your Kill Team experience. If you enjoy this content and you want more, you can join our Patreon for as little as £3 a month. We'll get access to our Discord, patron priority questions, early access to videos including Kill Team bat reps, faction guides and much more. If that's not for you, you can support just by hitting like, subscribe and sharing these videos amongst the community of Kill Team enthusiasts local to you. With all that said, let's get into it.
Hi guys, Mike here. I'm going to run you through the tabletop standard scheme we used for our Tempestus Aquilons. Jumping straight in, we used Temple Guard Blue on all of the cloth areas. Don't worry too much about being messy, we can clean it up after with some black. Next up is just a simple highlight, adding a little bit of white to the Temple Guard Blue, and you're adding it to all the raised areas. Last bit for the cloth now, a little bit more white to that Temple Guard Blue mix, and you're just going to add that to the top of your previous highlights. Now for the leather bits, we're going to use Baneblade Brown, and we're just going to add that to the gloves and the boots. To highlight the boots and gloves, we're going to use some Steel Legion Drab. We've chosen to go with a slightly green tinted armour. To do that, we're going to add some Plague Bearer Flesh contrast paint, slightly watered down over all the black panel areas. We'll come back to the armour in a minute. We're going to do all of the straps now in Doomball Brown. We're going to cover his face mask with Steel Legion Drab. Now we're going to pick out all the gold parts, including the trim, with retributed armour. Metal parts now. We're going to be using lead belcher for these. There is quite a bit of metal on these models, so don't forget to pick out the clasps on the boots, as well as all the little bolts on all the armour blades. I'm going to be going over the boots and the gloves with a watered down snakebite leather contrast paint now. Shading all the metal parts now. I've used contrast paint Basilicanum Grey, but you could quite easily use Nuln Oil here if you prefer. Shading all the straps and the gold parts, I've used Reichland Flesh Shade. It's time to edge highlight all of the green tinted armour pieces. We're going to use Ogring Camo for this one. Small edge highlight on all the straps with Tuscar fur now. getting a highlight on all the metal parts, including the gold, using Stormhost silver. Highlights done to the black casing of the gun and the jetpack are done with scale 75's Caspian blue. You could easily use Incubi darkness with a little bit of white added in. And finally, some light green to add to his eye lenses, as well as all the little details on his wrist guards. Quick basing scheme using Astra Granite, a little bit of Agrax Earthfade wash and dry brush, and we're done.
That brings us to the end of the episode. Hopefully you found something new or useful while listening, and if you did, throwing us a like would be greatly appreciated. If you want to make sure you don't miss any episodes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so you get notifications as soon as the next one drops. It really is the best way to help a small channel like ours. And if you can't wait and you do want early access, we have a Patreon where you can get exclusive access to all our content ahead of time. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Just drop a comment below and we'll get right to you. Thank you so much for listening. I'm your host Ryan, this has been Turning Point Tactics, and we'll see you next week.